We're looking a little musty, dusty, and crusty today. But that's okay, because 1, nobody asked for this video. 2, I don't know if anybody's even gonna watch this video. We're gonna be reviewing Gabbie Hanna's new album, Trauma Queen. Trauma Queen was released in 2022. It is not Gabbie Hanna's first album, but it appears to be the first, really full-length album she's ever released. She's had a few singles, some EPs, but she's really giving it to us. You know, she took that time off the internet. She thought about what she was creating, and I really appreciate that she took the time to build something that felt complete, that felt like it was coming from her heart. So, you know what? Kudos to Gabbie Hanna on that one. We're here for you, girl. Now, in general, Gabbie Hanna's a slightly problematic character. We don't necessarily accept or approve of her behavior online. Really, what makes it hard for me with Gabbie Hanna is I do see a person who has flaws that are very similar to the flaws that you or I probably also have. They're on display and exploited given the environment that she's in as an influencer, so it gets kind of weird. Not to say that any of us would act that way and that excuses her behavior or anything, because it definitely doesn't. I feel for her occasionally on the thought that just man, I'm really self-critical, or I'm really socially anxious, or I don't know, I would like to think that I would make better choices in her position, but we truly don't know. And that's kind of how I feel about a lot of influencers. Fun fact, she actually went to, or at least used to go to, the gym that was right down the street from my house when I lived in Los Angeles. So I was always how have I never run into Gabbie Hanna just at the street corner? She's here and I can feel her presence. Now, the whole album is 12 songs long, and it amounts to about almost 34 minutes. It's 33 minutes and 52 seconds, according to Spotify. You know, we're not getting a Led Zeppelin type experience here, but we are getting some content. So the first song is called Stone Heart. I'll give us a little teaser. Now, I'm not trying to get, copyright struck or anything. Okay. She's starting with some nice whispery vocals and some piano. It seems emotional, but I mean, it's Gabbie Hanna. Are we expecting anything less? Okay, so I did see another video reviewing this album by Adam McIntyre. Shout out to Adam, he's amazing. He did mention that the lyrics in this song are a little hard to decipher. So the enunciation's not great. Now, is that a thing that I typically care about that much in music? Not really. So I'm not gonna hate on that, so to speak. I think it's fine the way it is. The lyrics are okay. Musically, it's an interesting opening, I will say, to the entire album. It sets the tone, I think, for the rest of the album, giving the musical vibe, I think, that Gabbie wants the whole album to have. So it's really good as an intro in that regard, because it does give you a sense for what you're getting in the rest of the album. Stoneheart's okay. I don't love it. I don't think I'll re-listen to it, but yeah. So this next song is called Rewired. And if you've been on the internet at all, basically, you have seen her little homemade music video to this. It's interesting, to say the least. She kind of just changes outfits in her room and dances along to the song. She has, I don't know if I'm making this up because her outfits are clown-like, but I think she has clown makeup on or some kind of weird makeup. Do your thing, girl. But I can't not see that video when I listen to this song, and it kind of ruins the song for me. The song's actually very catchy. I do think it is the strongest melodically, but again, that music video haunts me. Let's just get a little taste of the chorus. You don't know me now. I like it. I like this chorus. Again, it's really strong melodically, and by that I just mean it's catchy. I can hear it playing in my head, which we love. So go off, Gabbie. I don't hate that one. The next one is called I Sold My Soul. It's giving dollar store Evanescence, which could be a vibe. And this is a thing, like, I've listened to the whole album all the way through, so this is a theme I'll probably bring up again. But it just feels dated to me. And in this case, it's because of the Evanescence sound, I think. It is really reminiscent of early 2000s, or like maybe more like 2010s kind of emo punk music, which I think like a lot of us identify with, at least those of us who are Gabbie's age. The drums do go off. I will say, whoever's producing these tracks is doing a great job, and whoever's performing the instrumentals is doing well. I don't hate it instrumentally, but I just don't think it works. This track could use some work. I don't know how else to say it. Oh, there's another thing with this one. So those are the verses. They're very emotional, very pretty melodic, like very almost whiny. And I don't mean that in a bad way. It's the emotion. She's being dramatically emotional. And then when you get to the choruses, it's kind of like whiplash. It's a little much. Yeah. So it's a rock song, so it's going to have high energy at some points. I do think the contrast between the verses and the chorus, though, is like really strong and kind of in a way that just doesn't make it feel cohesive. I've felt this way about some songs in the past as well, where like narratively it's not making sense to me. I don't hear that transition coming. I don't hear it hinted at. It just goes straight from like, I'm really sad and emotional to like screaming. It just isn't working for me. I'm not a huge fan of this one. So I Sold My Soul. I'll pass. The next song is Trouble. It has that very Disney Channel, Lindsay Lohan kind of feel. This one is giving Disney. I know Adam mentioned that one of the previous ones was kind of giving him Disney Channel, but this one is giving me Disney Channel. I love that vibe because it's very much what I used to listen to as a kid and something I still indulge in to this day. Trouble I like. Ashamedly. I wouldn't play it when my friends hand me the aux, but I would play it for myself. Next we have Runaway. We're fighting for what? It begins very emotionally, but then the chorus feels weird to me. Again, here. Okay, she's gonna say runaway like 10 more times. Okay, I don't know exactly how to explain this, but do you remember movie trailers that were like very coming of age? It sounds like a song from a movie trailer, like that kind of movie. I can imagine the instrumentals being overlaid over like, I don't know, the frickin' Where the Wild Things Are trailer. With that instrumental, she's overlaid some really simplistic, repetitive lyrics, which is fine. It's pop music. Like, it's all like that, if we're being honest with ourselves. Really sounds like a trailer, which maybe that's what she's going for. Maybe someone will put this as the song in their student film trailer or something. Next is Warning Shots. It's a lot. You've been warned, don't say I didn't say it in your face. What I will say about Warning Shots is I do actually like the lyrics here. Something that I've found with Gabbie Hanna's music, particularly in this album, is that a lot of her songs have very literal language. She's just speaking to you or speaking to a lover, and it doesn't have a lot of poetic nuance or metaphor, which is fine. It just means that because her sentences are such a natural speaking structure, they're kind of an unnatural singing structure. So when she does turn her sentences and her lyrics into songs, the melody feels a little forced to keep up with how many syllables are in that frickin' sentence. And it's something that you see in the Get Back series on Apple Plus.
Disney Plus. It's on Disney Plus.
About the Beatles writing their music. They would write melodies or think of melodies without words at all, put in nonsense gobbledygook until they found the words, just kind of like hum a tune until words came to them. So I think Gabbie's actually writing the opposite way, which makes sense because she writes poetry as well. However, the instrumentals do get a little sloppy and weird, and just like very aggressive and high energy. It's a hype song, which serves its purpose. I'm not loving the style because it does feel too hype for me. Next we have Wish We Never Met. The thing is, you don't need to hear the rest of the song. It's literally like that the whole time. But again, this one has the same problem for me where it's a song to match the words. It feels kind of nursery rhymey in that way. And it does get repetitive. But the good news is it's only 2 minutes long. It's cute. And I like her vocal styling on this one. Kind of better than a lot of the other ones. Like, I think she's not pushing it too far, but she's also not trying to sweeten her voice too much. I appreciate that about this song. Next is Hang Ups. Okay, Hang Ups. I like that one. I like it. It is giving Paramore vibes, but we know that Paramore is so inspirational for so many artists. Olivia Rodrigo, for example. And she does have that contrast between the verse and the chorus, where the verse is a little more emotional and slow, and the chorus is like, letting it out. But this time it works, and it has a transition, a clear path from point A to point B, instead of whiplashing you into the next part of the song. I think this one works really well. I can tell she put a lot of time into this one, and I actually think it's one of the standouts on the album. I like Hang Ups. I would re-listen to Hang Ups. Next is Head in the Clouds. Now this one is cute. I think it's cute. It gives like edgy Colby Calais bubbly. The melody doesn't. Again, it's feeling less forced than some of the other ones. It might have been interesting to see her go even softer with the voice. I'd like to see if maybe she does that live, or she does that on like a radio appearance where she's doing it acoustic. I don't know if she plays the guitar or anything, but I just think a soft delivery of the song would be really, really cute in certain settings. I don't hate it. Go off, Gabbie. Head in the Clouds is good. Silver Lining. Okay, so this song's only a minute long. Well, minute 50. Silver Lining does feel Lana Del Rey adjacent. A lot of the like the melodic jumps and swings feel reminiscent to Lana's style of me, for me. It's cute. It's short, and I think some people might perceive of that as a negative, like it's too short or it's unfinished, it doesn't have enough verses or something. But I think I'd almost rather her put out something shorter that she feels confident in and she feels good about, rather than stretching it out into something that's 3 minutes long and the last 2 minutes kind of suck, you know? Like, I'm not mad at a short song. It's not bad. It's cute. The lyrics are all right. Next is When I Die. Okay, so I like the intro. The melody here is fun and funky and cool. Let's see what happens in the chorus. So, I love that the chorus isn't just a complete switch into screaming mode Gabbie. It's a little more chill, it's more melodic and drawn out, and I think that makes this a really interesting. So the chorus is a little bit more melodic and drawn out, and I think that makes this a strong piece. It kind of speaks to that fear that we might all have about not having anything worthwhile left behind when we leave, and if what happens when we leave and people are talking about us, and like what is the legacy we've left behind. So she's tackling some pretty, age-old topics here, but I do really like the way she's done it, and I give this one a thumbs up. I'll listen to this one. Last is Happy in the End. You've probably heard this song. Again, it's another one that she made a homemade music video to. And that was the music video where she's like rolling around on the floor in her hallway in her house. It's very like interpretive dance, emotional, whatever. I did not like that video. I don't hate the song from what I remember. But the video is going to come back to haunt me. I can guarantee that. So let's see. I can feel injustice. Yeah, there's a lot of emotion in this song. She kind of goes from the like defeated whispering to the like pained screaming, and it's all still musical. I don't know. I feel like it's a good end to the album in that it feels like closure, especially the end of the song. The tweaks she makes to the melody and the harmonies in the end of the very end of the song, I really, really like. And it gives me that sense of closure, and it feels like a good footnote to end the album on. I will say, like, it can be a lot. Like, I don't know if it's the kind of song you would listen to frequently because it is so emotional, if that makes sense. It's almost like, who's really listening to My Heart Will Go On by Celine Dion? Me sometimes. But I don't know if that's the kind of thing you put on repeat in your house. So I don't think she did poorly with this one. That's how she ends it. And I think it's a good narrative flow from beginning to end. So yeah, the album isn't bad. If this were 2010 and this album was available on a compact disc, on a CD, on the shelf in Target, would I buy it? Probably not. I think there are one or two good songs on there that I would definitely stream, or, if this is 2010, download to my iPod or whatever. But I don't think I would do the whole album personally all the way through. Of the 12 songs, there are probably 2, maybe 3 that I would listen to repeatedly. Relative to other albums that, like, I can listen to front to back over and over. 4.5. That's it. I'm washing my hands of it. It's 4.5. Well, thanks everyone for watching. I hope you go listen to this album on your own, if that's something you want. I hope you have a great rest of your day and listen to whatever the hell you want. Like if that's Gabbie Hanna, do that. Or if it's not, don't. Okay, bye y'all.